how are you supposed to feel watching this? I feel like the musicians are the only accurate depiction of maybe the song's subject matter. Welcome back to Low End University. My first impression of anything Jeff Rosenstock really floored me. I went in hearing that he was like this Brian Wilson of punk rock, if you will, and I came out, well, agreeing that he's like a Brian Wilson of punk rock. But last month, our Patreon community voted Nausea in, which might be his most popular song, and it's from his debut solo album, We Cool, just released back in 2015. 2015 sounds like it was 3 years ago. It was over 10, but I'm really happy to be hearing more of his work today, so let's check out Nausea. Off we go. Whoa. Uh-oh. That's great. That's such a simple, like, camera trick there, but so effective. Okay. Whoa. Intense piano vocal thing here. Quite the setup. You know, I click these punk rock tracks. I just don't expect to hear this flavor, this texture. Of course, I know that he plays piano. He's like a singer-songwriter, frontman, kind of does it all, multi-instrumentalist. And I kind of picked up on that hearing Bomb the Music Industry and then the last song reviewed, Festival Song. This has just a charm about it. I want to go not all the way back to the beginning, just maybe back to maybe halfway through there as it leads up right into the big hit there and the spewing confetti. It's cool. Awesome. All right. Okay, for a second, I do want to go back to the beginning. This is just for me. I want to hear something. What I'm hearing here versus, hang on. Yeah. Okay, just skipping around to do some comparisons. What I'm going to talk about here is I don't think I've mentioned in many videos. I don't do a lot of like hard rock, heavy metal, punk rock things with piano, but as someone who grew up playing a lot of jazz and understanding the relationship between the pianist's left hand and the bass player, that can be a very contested territory. And what's interesting is that he seems to be aware of this thing, because if you start off in the intro, there's definitely a left-hand part there that's not the bass line we're hearing now, but it's just in that mode. It's kind of bouncing around. It's adding some subdivision. It's kind of making it bounce. But it sounds like here when the bass line actually enters, he's keeping it all on the upper end, the right hand. So right when it starts here, see, you kind of lose that part he did at the beginning there. That kind of walking down he's doing. It sounds, it's more middle range here, but I think that left hand part's completely gone. Now the bass line is kind of like that, taking over as it should. I think what I'm trying to say here is this is how it's done. You don't want a bass player, well, I'm going to rephrase that. You don't want a piano player messing around in our territory down there. So just an observation. I don't get to talk about this concept rarely ever, but the bass line here is big and round and warm. So, that being said, let's keep going. All right. It's moving quite a lot. I love this video. Perfect example of how, I don't want to say this is low budget, but this could be done low budget. Either way, let's get a bunch of people in a room, do a few takes, get some that are slow-mo, shoot in that mode, some regular, and we're going to have a confetti can, and we're just going to line it up with your face on the other side. We're going to have Jeff do it. We're going to have audience members do it. It's going to be everywhere. It's going to be a mess, and it progressively gets messier and messier. That's such a cheap idea, but so effective. It's really working here. I like it. It's kind of contrasting the feel of the song, being a bit more somber and bittersweet. I do have a backstory on the song. I'm going to read it at the end because it was very poignant. But reading that coming into this video, that's the confetti, it's kind of this, light and dark thing, the dichotomy I talk about. Yeah, bass line's doing a lot of moving. It's a very warm tone, obviously not. So just for to say I did it, I'm going to try to get this tone. I'm going to bump the bass. I'm going to take the treble out. No drive or anything. Might go to all P pickup. Just something more mellow, right? Let's see what happens. I wasn't making that face at them kissing there. I was making the face at the chord. Na, 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 na. What is that? It almost felt like a minor 4. So, normally that would be one of a few things I could mention, but we're in the key of C. It didn't sound like A flat major. It wouldn't be like the borrowed 6th chord from C minor. But, sometimes it doesn't have to be this big answer for why. It's just a flavor. It's a passing tone. It's adding a little tension, going from point A to point B. It's like driving your car and hitting a speed bump you didn't expect there to be there. It just kind of jolts you for a minute, but you're still going to get to where you're going. And again, that's some like total Brian Wilson songwriting moves there. So I'm going to just keep going with that narrative. But what's interesting is that it goes down to that A flat and then to D minor, which that A flat's the tritone. So it's like a tritone move. So it's got tension just in the roadmap per se, right? Saw that bass slide there. Whoa. This is going to win my own personal award for just like a fun music video. It's like they've used so few ingredients to just really make you want to be there. I make that comment a lot. You watch a music video, you're like, man, I wish I was there for that. That's like my favorite criteria. And musically, it's getting a little demented now. They're putting in some like major chords now that weren't there before. This E major, you could call it the major. You could call it the major 5 if we're in A minor, but A minor is C major, which we're also in. He's flip-flopping between that, just here and there. So it's really yes is the answer, which one it's in. But so the E major could be like, the flat major 3 in C, or just the major 5 in A. Either way, it's a tense chord they're introducing now. And these horns just took it up to a whole new level of like jovial, right? Feeling jovial. Classic, simple horn melodies always get me. There it is. Back to C. That's a great melody. Whoa. What? Oh my gosh, that's hysterical. There, what are you supposed to feel? How are you supposed to feel watching this? Like, the video is silly, it's tongue in cheek. It's also very serious in a way. I feel like the musicians are the only accurate depiction of maybe the song's subject matter. Like, he's performing, but he's not like laughing and like being influenced by any of this we're seeing. The drummer's kind of stoic back there. So if any of that was intentional, it's really drudging up a ton of mixed feelings, which is very artistic. Now we have a taco bar out of his stomach. Big fan of this. But before I even saw the tacos, I was talking about this melody here is so good. I think it's existed before. I think it's just really hitting me now that I've heard it a few times. And it sets up so well doing this. Like, this really wants to go somewhere, right? It wants to land, so it lands on that huge C major back on the 1 with that melody. Da, 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 da. Kind of what the horns are doing as well. Right here. That's great. Is that a wrong note? Like, just kind of left in there? Drove south through midday traffic and I called up some folks I truly love and hung up after they said hello. Yeah, you just kind of look at his face. Obviously, he has blood coming out of his mouth and this, but the drummer too, right? You see? Like, it's misaligned. Like, there's this complete, like, binary thing happening. Man, they've done so much with so little just in the video. And then you add this type of song on top of it. Whatever I'm feeling is just complicated, but really cool. Wow. Lakeland bass? Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that. Ooh. Different flavor of the same thing. Wow, man. I have a lot to say about that. Before I forget, because I'll get carried away, I'm just going to read the background of this song. I'm just going to read you the whole thing. It says, Nausea predates its parent album, We Cool, by several years. Its genesis was spurred when Rosenstock's wife purchased him a Wurlitzer piano. That explains the intro. He came up with the opening piano riff one day before a job interview and was so inspired that it was all he could think about during the interview. At the time, Rosenstock was making ends meet as a truck driver in New York and found time to compose the song when he could. He remembered the song's chorus, for example, came to him one day as he waited at a train station. Rosenstock debuted Nausea. Okay, I could have skipped that, but just some setup with the piano. The song's lyrics detail a memory from a solo concert tour Rosenstock undertook. On a day off in Minneapolis, he decided to buy wine, rent a hotel room with a hot tub, and have a party to himself. The next day, he awoke to a voicemail from a friend informing him that one of their mutual friends, Mitchell Doobie, was killed in an apartment break in. In the song, Rosenstock croons, "I got so tired of discussing my future, I've started avoiding the people I love." That was poignant. In an interview with Krista Makes, Rosenstock revealed the song details his regret in not spending more time with Doobie. He described the song's theme as having taken time with somebody for granted because your judgment is too clouded by self-doubt to open up and talk to somebody. I guess there was something relatable about the term nausea, where it's an internal feeling like you have to get throwing up, you have to get it out, but it's more describing that state you find yourself in where you know it needs to happen, but you're holding it in, and it's just kind of like poisoning you in real time. Now, I'm just kind of making up my own like bridge here to the lyrics, but just that whole self-isolation, being too in your own head, needing to talk to somebody, but putting it off because you don't want to. So I don't know, reading that, it just kind of resonated with me. I think in the era of social media, there's probably somebody all of us needs to reach out to more and more often. Could be multiple people. Definitely is the case for me. So, you feel guilt about that, right? A little bit of regret. You haven't, uh, kindled certain friendships more, or tried or reached out to a loved one, a relative. So anyway, that kind of stuff just weighs on me. The more I grow up and my kids get older, and you just think like, man, where's the time going? And, in fact, I made that comment earlier on in this episode, 2015. That feels like 3 years ago. Well, it was over 10. All that to say, coming into the music video, I think I was just caught off guard with all the illustrations happening that kind of had nothing to do with it. And it felt kind of hollow. I guess that's the word I'm thinking of. It felt hollow, like this empty happiness. So I don't know. There's probably a whole nother layer I'm missing, or a narrative that I'm just not quite grabbing. This is all how it resonated with me. And a bit of that tongue-in-cheek humor to kind of take the edge off of the hollowness. But just an artistic song, crazy good melodies, and watching him perform, I know it's a music video and I'm sure he was performing, but just another one of those vocalists that just leaves it all out there, just belting out every sliver of, air in the lungs. All the ingredients I like. There was just something so cool about the way it worked with the music videos. One of my favorite music videos I might have seen in quite a while doing this. But thanks to our patrons for voting in another song from Jeff Rosenstock. I've been very intrigued with everything I've heard. Man, I just kind of want to dive into his catalog. It's one of those artists I just kind of feel like a real connection with for tons of reasons. But thank you guys for hanging out. This was a really fun one. Come over to Patreon. It's the best way to support the channel. I hope we can hear this album or one of his albums soon. We do full albums every month just like this. If Patreon's not your thing, we have a merch store now. Get you a shirt, a coffee mug, a fridge sticker, a hat, anything that tickles your fancy. It's another great way to support the channel. And of course, subscribe, like the video. I love you all. We'll see you in the next one.